Hope you're all doing fine today. We got our box in. I'm getting myself set up here really quick. And then we will check them out. So bear with me, I'm getting set up here. And making sure I got everything here so I can answer questions. Well, basically now what we're going to do is I feel like it's blurry a little bit. Is it a little blurry at all? The spider has arrived. Welcome, spider. Playing War Thunder, huh? Wish I could sit around today, but I can't. Because daughter's birthday, got to run around in town. Messed up my ribs yesterday. Actually, I think it was the day before yesterday when I was getting that forklift in the warehouse. But anyway, that don't matter. The box has arrived, and I'm waiting for some people to arrive on the channel who may be interested in seeing 3D printed aluminum gears. Now, we all have to remember that, hold on one second here. I'm trying to make some room. Had my tools out earlier. Okay. Up a little bit here. All right. So, before we get started, I'm just kind of waiting for people to roll in. I know it's kind of last minute that I did this, but this is from PCB Way. It just arrived. It is March 1st. I ordered this on February 1st. So maybe they send stuff in a few days. I don't know. Maybe they get them done quick. I don't know. I see a lot of people online saying, yes, in just a few days you get metal parts. In a few days, my ass. Okay, now I'm not going to blame them because it is coming from overseas. And I did order during a festival. Their spring festival. But they didn't invite me, so, you know. Overseas shipping does take a while. Yeah, it was a Chinese New Year, so I think. Hey, Jason, how you doing? I'm getting ready to unbox some metal gears here. I'm going to kind of show everyone what the original plastic one was, right? Like this one here. Okay, so there's 4 pieces in here, should be. It's going to be a ring gear. This ring gear. And it was done in aluminum so I could bend it closed, which is kind of perfect, actually. Hopefully it doesn't just snap. Either way, it doesn't matter because it clamshells together. And so this is the original ring gear. This is the sun gear. This is what's been taking most of the damage. And this is all in nylon 6 and PLA, things like that. Jason, I'm unboxing a planetary gear system from PCB Way that I had done in aluminum. So we're going to go through and see the quality differences from my nylon 6 prints, which would fail on the turbine, basically at half throttle, because I was pushing it with this 190 kilovolt motor through a 4-to-1 gear ratio, step-up gear ratio box, so that I could get my 30-some-odd thousand RPMs out of the 3D printed turbine. That is a 170 millimeter high-pass EDF that I printed up. Designed, printed, built, been experimenting with for a while now. So, Damon, welcome. I'm actually making a 170 millimeter turbine engine. And the day that I've been waiting for has arrived, where we take these planetary gears that I've been printing that have been failing at basically half throttle because of the engine they're being pushed by, to spin that fan right there. Come up front and center. There you go. And we're going to compare basically what you've seen here. And these are the planetaries. So sun gear, planetary, ring gear. So this is what I all had printed in metal. So that's basically what we're comparing it to. That's what's going to happen. So, Buck, glad you're here. Yeah, glad gears arrived a month later. Damon, it is for an RC jet as well. It's more of a modular system. So that cowling, the actual ductwork you see on there, is and can be used for just about anything. It comes off, so you could put this system inside of a jet that you design around it. And then if you want to, I'm personally making a drone out of 4 of these. And you're running the 150 amp, 48 volt ESC, the 190 kilovolt motor. That's spinning like we said, a planetary gear system that puts it 4 to 1, so I get about 32,000 RPM. I want to answer questions before I open this up because I know people are asking. So the original casing that the fan sits in front of is this part, and this part's actually gone because I've redesigned it so that this entire test rig system for the planetary gear system now sits at the rear and replaces this, which used to be my low pressure turbine system. So basically, this whole thing is what you would set. It has a fan casing that goes in front of the fan. So the fan sits here, which would be sitting right out here, and then there's a casing that goes here. And that's what this ductwork is sitting around. So realistically, it's only about that big altogether. And you can place it, or design a plane, or 3D print a plane, and place the whole engine basically directly into the body, and you have a very, very high pressure system, which I personally think would have worked better for that Harrier design you see online. Besides a $5,000 Schubler, because all I did was 3D print all this and then spend 83 bucks on a motor and about 100 on the ESC. So the idea is to beat out the Schubler's pounds of thrust that it can put out without the cost, and replaceable 3D printed parts, and just standard high-speed bearings. So that's what we're doing today. I'm catching up on the chat, so give me one moment. I know everyone's waiting. They're like, open the damn box. Okay, so let me get my razor over here. Where did I put that thing? Oh, here. And we shall get things opened up here. Take a close look at what it is we have. Now, this is the first time that I've received anything from PCB Way. So, if it's the same quality as these gears as far as how the gear is printed, how the teeth printed, I would be fine with that. If it's even slightly better, I'd be ecstatic, because this operated very well with those gears. They just couldn't handle the torque of the motor and the step up. All right. So, who's ready? Who's ready to see what we got? I hope they sent it all right, man. I'm telling you. Yep. Next step will be Strike XL, because what's going to happen is um, we're going to get the full RPM band out of the engine now, if it doesn't explode. So let's go ahead and get it open to the original box here. It looks like a PCB Way box. Okay, well, put it on the ground, Brown. Doesn't look like it suffered too much damage on the trip. So, looking good so far. Oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to make some room here. All right. We'll go slowly. Everyone's like, open the mother. All right. So, let's see here. Okay, it does say 5 pieces for the Planetary gears because you can't order just 3. Which one is it? Oh, the Sun gear, they gave me 1. I didn't know at the time I could have ordered 5 and it would only cost me $5 more. They didn't bother telling me, of course. And then the ring gear, one of those, that was 43. So 24, so 27, 24, and 43 for a grand total of 95.83, and then shipping brought it to around 114. Well, let's see what we got for that price. Hold on, we have to open it slowly, so get rid of the air. Oh crap, this is from China. I probably just released a virus. All right, hold on. Get rid of that. Okay, hey, look. This looks like the ring gear. Feels like the ring gear. So let's open it up. Turn you a little bit here so you can see a little better. They all stop teasing. I'm teasing. I'm trying to get watch hours, man. I'll be a tease if I want to. I'm kidding. Alright. Okay. Holy crap. Wow. That is, I'm not going to try and bend it yet because when I bend it closed, it's going to stay closed. But look at that. That's got some way more teeth depth than the FDM printing. That is crazy. That is so cool. I wish I had a light here so I could kind of show the teeth off more. But I think you can see them pretty good. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I honestly thought it would be worse, but I didn't know what to expect. I'm impressed. Let's take a look at quantity 1. So this must be the Sun gear. Did they put it in here? All right. Okay. Nice. Very nice. And I have the FDM sun gear here, so I'll be able to show you a comparison. Wow. Just wow. Okay. So here's the nylon 6 sun gear right here compared to the aluminum. Zoom in, focus, come on. Okay. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. So I get a lot more tooth depth in this, it looks like, and a lot more engagement of the gear. So I think this is going to run really, really smooth. That looks really, really good. I am thoroughly impressed with PCB Ways on this one. I am. This is awesome. PCB Way, I don't know if you're going to see this video, but that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Honestly, seeing what I'm seeing now, that's worth the wait. That's worth the wait. I mean, I'll probably get them quicker next time I order them, but let's check out the Planetaries. Yeah, a lot better dimensional accuracy. That's one of the main things. Because they did say they had a 0 plus or minus 0.3, somewhere around there. I'll have to remember exactly when. These are the Planetaries. They gave me 5. You could only order 5. Get the box out of the way. All right. And then we'll get these things down. Wow. Just wow. All right, let me get you guys closer so we can take a closer look at these bad boys here. That's impressive. Now, how they're gonna sit, obviously we're not gonna use 5 on that. I just had to order them that way. So these gears will sit this direction. Sun gear will be upside down. And it looks like good engagement on the gears. Wow. That's impressive. I mean, it's literally, that's how much engagement we got. So there's going to be a wear-in period for sure. But we've got some decent engagement where it's holding it. This is going to be really precise. I think it's going to work out really, really, really well. And let's see how much room I have to play with on the bearings. Looks like they're going to be a press fit, and that's fine. They're just about in there. I think they'll hammer right in perfectly for a press fit. Sorry, over here. I think they'll hammer right in for a press fit, like the kind of like what I was doing with the FDM stuff. So yeah, I think that's gonna work out really well. I'm gonna, lube it up so I can ram it in, giggity, and then press those things in there, and then we have those all attached to this carrier. You've seen the carrier. So they'll all attach to this carrier, like so. This is gonna be bitchin'. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be some serious gear right here. Let's see how the engagement works here. Oh. No, it's this one. Goes one direction. I should have put an arrow on it. There it goes. Oh yeah. Wow. I mean, you can hear it a little bit, obviously. But it's holding it in. I mean, it's just, that's precision right there. Wow. That's insane. Oh yeah. That's going to be great. So the only other thing I have to consider on this is whether I bend this into place, like whether I bend it closed like a clamshell, or I just grind that and just put them together, because they're indexed all the way around the outside into the actual box of the fan. So it doesn't really matter if this is one piece or in two pieces. It's just the way the model was. I sent it, so I didn't have to send two pieces. Let's see how these all engage once they lock in. Okay, that's locked in. This one's locked in. This one is locked in. Wow, that's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be just wow. I have to admit, I honestly expected it to be worse, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that the aluminum is going to last longer than the nylon 6 when it comes to the torque on this fan. But it is obvious that we're going to basically have to get everything fitted together. You know how this is precision right here. There's almost no room for error in this one. So once I get this together, I'm going to have to run it, kind of wear it in with the interflon paste. Or I may run it with, see, this is the one I'm going to use because it's high heat. I may run it for a minute at a low RPM just to kind of get the post-processing dust off and everything else, and wear the gears in, let them seat, you know, and then lube it up and ram it home. But yeah, these are gorgeous. And I like the fact that they sent me some extra planetaries, you know. Next time I'll remember to order 5 of these instead of just one. But this was my first experience with PCB Way. And now I'm actually really curious on tool steel. I honestly see I want to know how tool steel is going to turn out. That'll be our next step after we run the test with this. But this is what we've been waiting for, and they have arrived. They are here. And when I'm done with my daughter's birthday today, I will get back to get this thing assembled and get these gears fitted onto their shafts here, and then we'll get everything assembled. And it's probably going to take me a little bit to get everything, you know, assembled and fit into the fan box. Just because I think this is so much more precise than the PLA and PETG. That's going to take a little bit more work to get everything together. And that's fine. That's fine. So I think I'm just kind of in shock. One, that they actually arrived, and 2, the precision is amazing. So now we're going to test the strength. If this doesn't make it past half RPM, then we have to move the tool steel. But I think it will. Nylon 6 just about made it. The only thing that killed it was heat. So, you know, the heat would build up, then the teeth would weaken, they would strip out. since I'm going to be using a high heat paste for the lubrication, I think that we're going to have a successful engine here. I think everything's going to run good. I think we're going to get past that RPM, or half throttle that I was usually getting stuck at with the 3D printed stuff. And I think it's going to be yeah, that's going to be a fun live. That's going to be a really fun live. What do you all think? Yeah, because I figure, yeah, everyone who's new or maybe just dropping in for the first time, um, subscribe, because you don't want to miss this spin up. It's gonna be an epic spin up, because now we have exactly what I've been waiting for to spin that bad boy up. This one's gonna be good. Again, it's gonna take me some fitting to get everything the way I need it, because before I've been basically working with PLA, PETG, nylon 6, so on and so forth. And it's a little bit more forgiving to put things together. So for, example, I've got to take, once I have to take this carrier off the motor, and then I have to get all these gears lined up like they're supposed to go, and then get them pressed in before I get it pushed into the gearbox. You can't really do them separately, so everything kind of has to go in together. And get everything pressed in like so. And then what we're going to have to do is basically get everything lubed up, lined up, and pressed in. Sounds so dirty when I say it. Get the gears stuck in there, and see now with the gears lining up and getting pushed into place, you can kind of see how everything's lining up. So it's going to be a little bit of a chore, I think, because of how much more accurate these are and less forgiving than the standard PETG and stuff like that. So it's almost already stuck together. So I'll have to get those lubed up and pressed in. I'm kind of going through thoughts in my head on how I'm going to do this. And yeah, I think this is going to work pretty good. If I run into any issues as far as getting the gearing together, I can always go one by one, or I pop these out, make sure the gear is pressed. And as long as everything's sitting together when I put the rotator on, and this is in nylon 6 with a steel cap, and then some screws that go into the motor shaft. And I made it to where it kind of floats back and forth, so that as the sun gear indexes the fan through the index in here, because it's going to sit right on there and index the fan. So you can kind of see it sitting on the gear in there. So once I get that in there and kind of tapped into place, all this together, then I insert the motor into its slots. The shaft will go down on over this. Giggity. And then I have to run the set screws in to the keyway on the motor, and then kind of spin it, rotate it, make sure everything's kind of freely moving, that there's no binding or anything like that. And once that's done, then we know we know we're good to go on the spin up. What does that say? No, no puddle pirates. Welcome everyone. Welcome all of you to the chat. If you have any questions, or if you're just jumping in and you're looking at this and going, what in the heck is that? Then just, feel free to ask. Yeah, I think it's censured. I think it's censured. SAG, I think it's censured. They weren't real, like, they didn't give me a big time explanation on. They're not like, they didn't tell me. I don't know what machine they did it on. I wish I knew. Maybe they have some info on their site about it. Navy brat, don't screw with puddle pirates. Well, I'm Army, so we appreciate you guys giving us a ride where we needed to go. But, we only took the boat if we had to, man. Other than that, it was a C-130s. But on the other side of that, though, I did do commercial diving down in Wilmington, California. So, yeah. I worked on a container ship, doing some welding and repairing things like that. And, I mean, there's salt in everything. Coffee tastes like salt. Water tastes like salt. Everything tastes like salt. And it took me a while to get used to that, being from like farther up north. So yeah. Yep. Go Navy. Enjoy those unintended inhaled electrolytes. So what do you all think so far of those gears? Excuse me, I'm coming over here to get more tobacco for my pipe. And yes, it's tobacco. Don't get your hopes up, don't get excited. So, I'm curious on what you all think of the quality. Commercial driving, underwater welding, very nice. Show some of your gear one day. Oh, good Lord. I haven't seen my super light in a long time. Have to get it all out of storage. That was one of the most expensive pieces, was that super light 17B I was running. Nothing like the ditch and dawn test in the dirty ass LA Harbor. That's probably the worst for me. Take your helmet off, let all the water in, recam it, and then crack the free flow valve to try and push the water back out before you drown, and then realize this water is the nastiest thing. I would have rather had my head in a toilet. Yeah, that Strike XL full scale is going to look really good. It's probably going to look intimidating as hell. But can you imagine that thing taking off? Like, from going up in the air? In the field where I'm going to be launching it, once it gets above the baseball field's fence line, above the orchard, everybody in town's going to see it. So it's like, I don't know if it's going to freak everybody out or what, because you're talking about 4 of those motors, 4 of those huge turbines right there. And that's going to be, I'm going to put lights on it, some bright lights. People are going to think they're getting invaded. It's going to be a fun day. Man, I tell you, this is, I'm impressed. I need to get one of these machines. And they offer tool steel. So I'm wondering if it's the same machine or if it's a different machine. They offer stainless steel as well, tool steel, the aluminum. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Wow, I'm impressed. PCB Way, as a message to you, good job. Good job. I can see some of the finish. It's a little bit rough, but no rougher than the FDM with the lines. So it's not bad. And since it's just on the surface and it's very minute, I think it will do fairly well. They probably have spent a lot of time processing these. They're probably kicking me in the face with a pin, you know, printed out a picture of me, and they're like, "That's the guy, right there." But they roll together real nice, like really nice, and they're just tight gears. That's that's cool, man. Well, it looks like those dual reverse helicals came in handy when locking gears into place, right? Let's defy gravity with the gears. Oh, that one fell off. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so that's the wearing in I'm talking about. I think as they roll, and I'm going to kind of roll these a little bit and see how the faces look. So you can see now there's a little bit of shininess on the parts that I roll. So yeah, we are going to have to do a wear in on this for sure, just to make sure that the gears wear in evenly once it's put it all together. I think that might be the only issue I face, other than having a little bit of issue with pressing everything together or pressing the bearings in, is that it's going to take a minute to wear these in. And I think they're just going to get shinier as they go. So yeah, it's looking good though. And it's literally the same dimensional accuracy. So these sat on top and I had to tap them in. These sit on top and I may have to tap them in. But I think they're just going to go in just fine. So that's good to know. Let's see if I can't pull one of these out here. I'm going to see real quick. Spray my gears here, or my bearings. Okay. Oh yeah, I think they're going to be fine to press in. I think the only thing I may have to do is take my Dremel and kind of take that sharp lip off. I should have beveled it when I sent it to him. But I think other than that, if I lube up the gear, yeah, that's gonna go in there pretty easily. We'll get it lubed up. I'll probably buff the inside of this with a wheel just to make sure it's smooth. And then maybe chamfer this edge a little bit. And then they'll go in. They'll go right in. Because they act the same as when I'm trying to put them in here. You know? or I have to tap it in. See, it's the same process. Obviously, these are more forgiving because they stretch as you press them in. But, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Where is that? Oh, here it is. This is what you use tools for. It's what I use my sockets for. Nice. There it is. Okay. All right, so we know where we're going with this one, right? Okay. So I know the game plan. So the only question is, well, let me look at the chat really quickly. No, I'm not assembling yet. I was just kind of checking the fit to see what I may have to do to make sure that the assembly goes smoothly. Definitely toothier. That's a good word. I like that. The aluminum's going to be a bit pliable, yeah, but I mean, I think ultimately that's going to be the forgiving factor when wearing this stuff in. Reading text. My brother in Team 3, the cousin in Team 6. Oh, okay. You got the connections. Well, I would mind if you guys tasked a satellite to a specific location when I fly Shrek XL. And keep your F-22s on the deck because, you know, this isn't a threat. You woke up for assembly? Well, there will be assembly, but like I said, my daughter's birthday is going on, so I've got to get to that. But you guys deserve to see these gears come in because we've been waiting forever for them. So when I get back to this, we will definitely be assembling everything and getting it into the fan, and then we're gonna wear it in first, probably low RPMs, make sure there's no, you know, get any noise out of it that we could see. See if there's any debris from the wear-in process in the paste, and then clean that out, and then assemble it. And cleaning it out doesn't mean taking the whole thing apart. It just means sliding the gear assembly out of the box, spraying out the paste that has any color on it from wearing it in, and then look at the gear, make sure, see if they're shining up, and re-lubricating and putting back in, and then run it for a longer run at a conservative RPM to make sure everything is running smoothly before we take this thing to full throttle. So when I do that live, whether it be tonight, because it's gonna be kind of a long day, or whether it be in the morning and I just make it a whole day thing where we're just all day long, we're assembling, we're running it in, and then we're doing our final ramp up test to see how much more RPMs we get out of the deal, then that's what I'll do. So between tonight and tomorrow, we be looking for a live, more than likely tomorrow, for an assembly live where I get up, have breakfast, come out here, get everything set up, and then just start getting everything going. It'll be a slow one because I'm going to take my time, and I messed up my ribs on my left side, so I am going to be moving a little bit slower. Luckily, everything's at a high enough level where I don't have to do a lot of bending because, yeah, I really messed up my ribs. So I mean, what do you all think of this process as far as PCB Ways? Has anybody ever ordered anything from them? And what do you think of the quality of what they've sent me for the price? Basically, the 3 main gears, the sun gear, 2 extra planetaries, because it's either 1 or 5, like I said, and the ring gear, and then that was about 114. Long wait, yes, but well worth it. And I think with the way things are picking up, we're coming out of those seasons where they're celebrating whatever it is they celebrate, and then I think shipping would be quicker. It's always going to be anywhere from 9 to 12 days, or 7 to 12 days, or for production, and then you've got to look at least a week, week and a half, or more for shipping, depending on how you have it shipped. I went with the cheapest shipping because, you know, I'm friggin' broke. You know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, most definitely. The next thing I'm gonna have 3D printed is this right here, which is basically that fan. We're gonna do a tool steel hub, and then we're gonna do aircraft grade aluminum fins. So I had redesigned the fan for that purpose, so that if the PETG fan explodes at 30,000 RPMs, then we know that we gotta kind of move to this assembly. And I kind of designed it ahead of time, anticipating a possible, you know, catastrophic failure of the PETG. But these will last. And then if I notice any modifications that need to be made in this, because it's now alloy and we're going off of the direct dimensions from Fusion, and as opposed to having to compensate for dimensions in FDM printing, then when I move to tool steel, I'll be able to make any adjustments that I need. So this is really a trial run per se. So just like these were trial runs, until I realized I couldn't find a material strong enough to print besides the metal that would withstand the torque that it had to endure. So yeah, can't judge the quality yet. Shipping time was too long. Yeah, it better deliver, right, Buck? It better deliver now, as long as it took to get here. But okay, I got a birthday to get to. I have a brand new teenager entering the house, basically. She's not my baby anymore. Well, she's always my baby, but they get older, and you're like, man, not another teenager. I'm already on enough medication for stress, so you know, that's okay though. Everything will be fine. It's time to celebrate, and welcome, Ephraim. Basically, you're at the end of the live right now, where we're showing off the 3D planetary gears that I got printed from PCB Ways for the 170 millimeter EDF high pass electric fan. So subscribe, because tomorrow we're going to be going into assembly and then spinning that fan up. If you look at any of the previous spin ups, there's a lot of shorts out there where I show how I spun this up on FDM printed gears and where their failure points were, which is why we went to aluminum. So, you know, stay tuned for that. Stick with us. You can join the Discord. The link is in the channel page, and subscribe and share it with your friends. Get everybody involved. Let's get everybody on board. So, but until then, I will see you guys. I have to go get ready, and I will be back again. I will see you all tomorrow. I'll try to put up a short tonight when I have an exact time where I'm going to start Pacific Standard Time, so you guys know when I'm going to be getting this live up and going. And it is going to be a bit of a longer live, so don't worry about missing anything. Because, you know, obviously any major spin-ups are going to be closer to the end of the live anyway. But the assembly process is going to take some time and getting everything mated together properly. So, yeah, tonight maybe assembly of this part here, the planetaries and this, and then we'll try and fit it in the box. But like I said, the major live we'll do that'll last a lot longer. That'll give you guys more information, so you can kind of watch from the beginning stages here all the way to the fan. Will be tomorrow, more than likely. So once again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. For taking the time to come and stop by this early in the morning for some of it, or actually it's early for me. It's not too early, around noon, but you guys are probably on different time zones. So just be here tomorrow. Probably, you know, like I said, I'll put out a short so I know for sure what time I'll start the live tomorrow. And then we'll get going. But it's time to bring this baby up to full speed. See what happens. That's going to be an exciting time. So thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for watching the unboxing. I was thoroughly impressed. I hope you guys were, with the quality of what I did get back, even though it took most of my life for it to get here. And I will see you all either tonight or in the morning, but for sure look for a short or a video, and I'll be explaining what's going on and when we're going live tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you all again soon.